Well, you know, I haven't been on this game in several days when I have 9 new letters and, oof, God, a bunch of learning points. Well, let's read the mail. Oh, well, some of it is boring. Because I really haven't played this in like 5 days, 6, Jesus? Really, 6 days. I guess me selling stuff didn't work. Love your vids, yay. Oh, I sold 8 carrots. Let's delete the market notifications. There's nothing interesting about them. Okay. A lot of people saying love your vids. Whisper from somebody to sell gold to me. Shit. Is there anyone who would report that? No, there's not. Come on, guys. It should be super easy to report things without having to contact a GM. Just right click and... I'm going to have to leave general. Screw the... Oh, right. It's all on local. I'll go on guild. Gonna go with that. Okay. So you're playing this game, not playing anymore? Thought I would send my leftover silver. Oh. Add and remove after. Okay. Let's see. Somebody who wants to play with me. Maybe? I mean, ultimately, I don't know. I don't take cold call collab requests very well. Just because... And people just asking to add me. I don't know, it's one of those where I've never been particularly good about working with people. Good God, that's going to get really annoying. Hopefully they get some better chat filters in here, because I really don't want to hear somebody just yelling, buy silver here all the time, because, like, I mean, I understand, like, there are people that will want to buy silver and stuff like that. Oh, see, that's something that's a little bit better. That's something that I actually want to see somebody say. Okay, yes, let's hop on a boat for a second. Sir Emer, I think. As long as he's still there. I don't know what I should go with, but, so Sir Emer has been super nice and actually clarified that everything in that chest is for me, and that there's actually some gathering clothing, I believe, in his chest. So I'm going to make full use of his generosity, mainly just because that's super cool, and I love it when people give me cool things. Okay, so we've got Courier's Cat. Oh, geez, some of these are nice. I don't want to take anything that I don't deserve, so I'm just going to go with the Courier stuff, because everything else can be sold. I don't know about the chicken pie and the carrot soup. I'm going to assume all of these are fun gifts for me. So I'm just going to pick these up. I'm going to leave the rest of this here, just because somebody else that isn't me can probably get use out of them, because I've already got everything else, and I don't think these are useful for me. What is this? I have no idea what that is, but I'm not going to touch it. But yeah, so we got some clothing that I can put on, but I can't use it yet. Why? So we gotta... okay, so I gotta be up to this tier of... Is that Courier... and miner. Okay, so yeah, we'll have to do some quarrying and some mining. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with it. I actually, I kind of wanted to take a break now that I'm on. I'm gonna take a break from expeditions for a little while, and I'm gonna head over to my own island, and I'm gonna see what I can do with it. Let's see. So where am I gonna go? Actually, no, I know exactly where I'm gonna go. I just don't know if I'm gonna know anything about it. Let's go to my island. It's probably terrible. It's probably identical to what that other, what Sir Emer and stuff has. Let's see, so he wants to know specifically if the guild I'm in is worth anything. At which point, I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing here. How do I even build? Oh, do I need a special hammer for this? I probably do. Well, here, there's a man here. Let's see if I can talk to him and he'll set me on the right path. Okay, so he will sell me carrot seeds, bean seeds. Yeah, I've heard farming is really useful. There's baby chickens, kids, gosling. Ooh, farming. And then there's some basic, like, pseudo furniture I can take a look at. But how do I farm? I know this game's supposed to be one of those that it just tosses you to the wild, but some part of me really wishes that there was actually, like, a substantive tutorial for some of these things. Because, whoo, boy, I have no idea what I'm doing. I really don't. So I'm going to just wander around for a little while. Oh, you know what? I'm also going to turn on some music. Because I like this game, mostly, but I need something to listen to, otherwise I'm going to lose my mind. A lot of people complain when I listen to this album, but I really like it. Might be a little bit on the loud side. It's always a little bit on the loud side. There we go. Yeah, it's a Castlevania soundtrack that I rather like. Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to switch things over so it's... There we go. This way I can pull up a browser and you guys don't have to just see me doing stuff. Okay. Let's see if I can find a guide for my island. How to get started with my own island. Ah, it's a video guide. I don't want to watch a video here. Okay, so how do we get this done? Okay, Albion Island Beginner's Guide. So you can visit your island from any travel agent. Okay, you can build with crafting and processing in it. Use it. However, your buildings on the islands have no resource discount. Oh, that's useful. Oh, well, that's inconvenient but worthwhile. Farms and kennels. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to quick cut for a second. I'm going to read this guide so you guys don't have to just hear me reading out loud. Oh, it's B. Huh. So to build, you first need to check or set your hotkey, because Sandbox Interactive, in their infinite wisdom, did not add a build interface element in the default screen. I see how this works. Okay, so I guess that's actually all I needed to know. That's not what I needed to know. Okay, I guess we gotta find game settings. Key bindings. Okay, toggle build building, it's H. So we can do a smelter, a lumber mill, those are useful. Alchemist lab, cook, military, workbench, weapons, armored tools, forge, weapons and plate armor, houses. Guild hall, house. Oh, can I scroll down with some of these things? Farming. So, a mill, wheat into flour, slaughter animals for meat, turn suitable animals into... See, I think I just want to do farms. Or is an herb garden? What's the difference between herbs and herb garden? Grow over time, pasture... Well, let's start with a farm. I mean, my goal here is effectively to farm as much as possible. Sandy ground. Oh, so is that... Yeah, it's up over here to the left. Yeah, we want to just get a basic carrot patch going, I think. Alright, cool. So let's build a farm. 50 silver. So I need a bunch of T1, rock, and lumber. We've actually got a small amount of it around here if I want to just hang out. Could go buy it too, but I heard the price goes up pretty high. The resources at home don't respawn very quick either. Well, in that case, I don't think I even have a personal chest here, do I? I guess let's go mining. I'm gonna go dump off a lot of this stuff. What does carrot soup do? Health regeneration outside of combat, and maximum load and gathering yield for a long period. Sir Emer, I really hope... you meant for me to have these carrots, because I'm gonna feel pretty terrible if I had robbed you of your sweet delectable goods. Okay. If you're ever looking for a spot, let me know. Getting into guild versus guild based on a care. Yeah. He wants kind of more of a workhorse type person, and for me, honestly, I'm more of kind of like a casual dungeoneer. How is the guild I'm in? Where is it? That's Gold Market, Guild. Here we go. Yeah, 3 out of 45 online. Then again, I'm playing pretty late. It'd be nice if I could see how recently people were on. At some point, I might have to find a different guild just in case like these guys have checked out. Because, I mean, going to be totally honest, this game feels like it's been more than a little divisive. What is this? Oh, what? Huh. So they separated out the marketplace to be something completely different. Oh. Well, what do you know? I've actually already got a bunch of T1 stone and a bunch of T1 lumber. So if I just go back to my island, I could probably get stuff working. Yeah, at some point I'll need to find another guild, but honestly, I'm not much of a guild versus guild person. So when it comes down to it, what is this? Anyway, I have no idea. I'm not much of a guild versus guild person, and like, while such things would be kind of interesting for me, I play this game. I mean, if you notice when I got on, I haven't played this in almost a week now. I played a whole bunch of it, and it was, I mean, it's fun, but it's like every series, I can only afford to put so much time into it. And so there's always going to be kind of that like baseline, can I afford to do this? And the answer is mostly no. It's a fun game. It's got some interesting bits to it, but like I don't think I'm ever going to be able to put forth the effort that a lot of other people do. Alright, so if I interact with this, we can give it up. No. Can't attackable. Renovate, demolish. Can I upgrade it? I have no idea. Farm. Well, let's go see if I can buy some carrot seeds. Because ideally, if I could get kind of a passive income, that'd probably be for the best. Plant a patch of carrots. Value. Seed. Okay. Grow time 22 hours. Daily watering bonus 200% seed yield. Daily watering cost 100 focus. Seed yield. Cool. I don't know how this is going to work. No, cannot do this while mounted. Okay. Place. Oh. So I can get 8 more of these and figure out how to water them and stuff. Alright, so let's go buy 8 more with the last of my gold. I guess I'll have a little bit more. And then after that, we're gonna have to look into mining and stuff. Oh, that's okay. Oh, right. It actually takes some time here. But I don't know. These games are neat. Of every variety. But it's also one of those where I'm, like, super, super terrified at all times of getting, like, too attached to a video game. I don't know how many of you guys have followed my channel from start to finish or anything like that, but for the last year, I had an extremely lengthy series on Scrap Mechanic, which is a fun game, don't get me wrong. One of the better, like, kind of sandboxy, do whatever you want kind of build games. Main issue with it is, I did like 400 episodes of it. It was extremely popular. So, seed yield, focus cost. Well, I've got tons of focus. I'm not entirely sure how I get more focus. It looks like it just kind of slowly generates up to a maximum, maybe? But I'm, like, generally absolutely terrified of playing a game for longer than X amount of episodes. And I think I kind of alluded to this a couple episodes ago. But it's hard for me to specifically, like, commit to a game beyond, like, X amount. And this is why, like, you see a lot of YouTubers actually do, like, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 episodes of a game before moving on and never playing it again. And so you end up with a lot of people that do, like, you know, 3 episodes of a thing. And then it's just the next game. And for the most part, like, the idea of a lengthy Let's Play has kind of died out in favor of, I guess, faster-paced, more digestible videos. Which is totally fine. Like, I can't blame people for doing that sort of thing. I'm gonna pick up my mercenary junk and my capes. I'm not even sure where I've gotten some of these things from. But at the very least, I can sell them. I'll hold on to my raw resources, I think. But yeah, we don't need the T2 gathering junk at this point. Probably don't need the T2 bow or the T2 book either. I'm just gonna auto sell these things. I don't really feel like putting them up on the market and waiting. Raw resources I could put up and wait for just because higher profit value, profit margin. But that's about it. This is kind of annoying. Trash? That's the new one. Let's take all and sell what we've got. Oh, boy, it's broken. Do I even have enough money to repair this stuff? That's actually an interesting question. Well, if I can repair just like a couple of things, I might be able to force sell it. But yeah, to cut down on population, they're instancing all of these like little locations. Which I'm not entirely sure is a good idea. I really would actually rather they do it in such a way that I can't see another single person here than have just all of these people crammed in the same location. I don't know. Anyway, let's sell the shoes for no average available. Interesting. I wonder why. But I'm just gonna sell most of my basic gear. I might come back to it later, rebuy it or something. I'm assuming the prices are gonna go down. I don't feel like having these clogged in my inventory, and I'm fairly certain people are going to be undercutting left and right. Somebody said like people like me are why game industry or I'm effectively Ooh, maybe I should... Three for sale versus... Okay, yeah, it's not worth it. I'd rather be a sucker that doesn't have to wait. Okay, so lowest competing price is 1398. So let's do... So this I'll actually create some sell orders for. Hopefully somebody will buy those. Okay. So I've still got my pickaxe and my hammer, though I think at this point I can actually buy the higher tier ones, yeah? Nope. I can use up to T3. Okay, so that's what I got. Let's get out of here and let's go do some mining, I guess. I don't know, we've got carrots. I just don't know what to do with myself. Because I don't think I can upgrade my farm. And I don't really care about crafting right now. It actually feels like it might just be in my best interest to go back to running expeditions, level my Ravager, and see if I can get some more fields here. Because, yeah, we've got all these, like, buildings, but let's do farming for a second. I don't really care about cooking that much. We got mill. Let's see, pasture. It must be built on sandy ground, so literally the only place I can put the pasture is right there. So I'm actually going to need the capital to get a new, I'm going to need the capital so I can actually get my hands on a better mount. Okay, well, I guess I'm running dungeons then. Who is online right now? Oh, Gemroth. Gemroth is on. Didn't even notice. Neat. Gemroth is one of my moderators and frequently plays a lot of the same stuff that I do. Alright, well, I guess let's go run some expeditions. I mean, honestly, that's kind of fine with me. Gathering... I like gathering in certain games. I'm not actually sure if I enjoy gathering in this one. Like, it just doesn't quite appeal to me. I wish games like Path of Exile actually had this level of like economy system, but I guess since it's such a like heavy drop based game, you wouldn't really have much of like a mining smithing system. I don't know. I guess I've just been playing Path of Exile lately, and I absolutely adore the level of, like, move customization, gear, talent tree, so on and so forth. It unfortunately makes games like this feel rather shallow, and since... I guess it's also one of those where I think even from the very beginning, and this might be part of the reason why I was such a grump about this game, is it's really hard for me to get into games that are very PvP focused, because as I've already admitted, I'm not that interested in them. Okay, I'm actually going to switch for Armor Piercer. It'll help the team, I think, more. I don't know about Energetic, I'll think about that one. But yeah, I've always been much more of like a team play. Oh. I've always been kind of a team play, you know, play with friends kind of person. And it's always a little bit hard for me to be particularly interested in player versus player, because usually it takes some real effort to like plan out and think and stuff like that. And you can't just like bow out of PvP. Usually you're kind of committed to PvPing with people for a while. And for me, I'm much more of kind of a... Yeah, I'll pop by for like a couple rounds of grinding in Warframe, or, you know, a dungeon in World of Warcraft or something like that. And the idea of much more active games has always been... Active? Much more demanding games has always been kind of a questionable thing for me, just because, like, I can't commit to it. I just can't. If this was the only game that I played, I think Albion Online could actually be, like, a totally reasonable experience, but since it's one of, what, 10 games I'm doing series on, it's always one of those where I'm just, like, you know, that background calculation of, like, how much time can I invest in what? And that's kind of why I like the expeditions, because at the very least there's that feeling of at least I can run something quickly and generally not have to worry about it too much. Just worried eventually that people are going to totally stop with expeditions and then I'm going to be on my own. I guess if I ran healer, I'd probably pop into dungeons immediately, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm just going to run around mining things while we wait for it to proc. But yeah, I guess going back to a topic that I kind of broached early on when I got the mail from the guy saying that he did Albion videos, and why, like, I'm always a little bit hesitant about cold call collabs. I don't know how many of you guys watch, like, other YouTubers, group YouTubers, so on and so forth. But as a YouTuber that frequently does solo stuff, but also does, like, a fair amount of collaborative stuff, I've gotten a fair number of people over the years, you know, asking to randomly do, like, collaborations with me. And it has almost always ended very poorly for me. Much to my general sadness. I absolutely adore, like, pickup groups, playing with people, you know, playing with people and, like, you know, having a good time. It's just half the time when I, like, pull somebody on, they don't have the skills that I'm looking for. Like, I guess if you guys ever watch any of my videos with Birdcatcher... Ooh, this is a new one. I've never done this one before. This looks neat. If you ever watch any of my videos with, like, Birdcatcher, we're kind of a very specific commentary style, and we're generally pretty, tight-knit, maybe, is the right word? What is this map? Where are we going? Are we going back? Oh yeah, I guess we are going back. Okay, we're very tight-knit. There's a lot of, like, in-jokes, and we kind of know the ins and outs of commentating with each other. And I find oftentimes blind commentary with somebody else never quite works out. Because, like, some people just don't have... some people just don't have the... Oh, whoops. That's not what I wanted. Some people just don't have the skills. And I know that sounds, like, super callous, but, like, I think one of the first times I ever did, like, a cold call collab with somebody... I did a couple of, like, cold call collabs with, like, okay, I should probably back up. So, if you're wondering what cold call collabs are, they're, collaborations with, like, other YouTubers, without like any like prior planning or getting to know each other, it's like, God, what does this even do? Oh, haste. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm just gonna commit to this and then go invisible when I'm getting crushed. Okay, now's a good time. I'll let them deal with it. Cold call more or less just means like kind of an unplanned, unpracticed thing. It's like, imagine if you had to put on a play without any practice. It's not exactly the same as that, but it can be just about as fiddly. And so the first time I ever did a cold call collab, I was playing Binding of Isaac. I was doing Binding of Isaac races with a friend of mine, TLE, who has since quit. But so the two of us were just having a good time. I admittedly was kicking TLE's ass. And so somebody else who claimed to have been a streamer once of like some size, and I checked, and yeah, he did actually have about as many followers as I did. So I was like, okay, this seems like somebody who at least has like some basic skills that I can work with. But I'd never seen them commentate before, and generally just didn't know much about them. So they hop on TeamSpeak with me, and then proceed to meme so hard. They memed themselves out of ever doing a collaboration with me again. Like, it's just not enjoyable playing with somebody that, like, will not stop just making bad yo mama jokes. And not, like, actually talking to you. Like, one of the most important parts of a collaboration. Yep. Ow. Oh, that got bad. I'm just gonna be over here for a second. Oh, yeah. It's got real bad. But yeah, one of the most important parts of a collaboration is actually just talking to the other person. And if you don't have, like, the basic know-how and, like, kind of feel for a person, actually it becomes really hard to do, like, a collaboration. I've had other people that I've collaborated with that actually just don't talk to me. They don't know how to... Either they don't know how to speak to other people as part of, like, a collaboration or something like that. And it just kind of becomes, like, this weird, confusing mess. For everybody. Not just me, not just them, but just, like... You know, the audience isn't really feeling it for what should be rather obvious reasons. And, you know, ultimately it's just kind of wasted footage. And it sucks, because, like, I do want to give people more chances, but I have such, like, a tight schedule. Like, I'm recording this at, what, 3? Yeah, 3 in the morning. And I'm probably going to go till, like, 3:30, then go to bed. Maybe hang out with Shell for a little bit, maybe write for a smidge. Oops. That'll be it. But, you know, hang out, write for a bit, so on and so forth. She's staring at me. I don't know why Shell's staring at me for this one, but so... I'm gonna stay up super late doing this video, which, I mean, is fine. That's how it works. But then I'm gonna get up, rinse, repeat, and continue on. If I... Oh, goddamn, I keep hitting the haste button. Like a dunderhead. Oh, that's okay. But so, you know, I'm gonna get up and rinse, repeat, and more or less just continue this cycle. And any time that I have to do... Oh, learning point for Warlock. Nice. Any point that I have to kind of do this sort of thing, you know, a fresh collab with somebody that I've never worked with before, and it, like, doesn't pan out, that is actually, like, stealing from my bottom line, if that makes any sense. Oh, mercenary shoe specialist. Well, it's only going to cost me 1 learning point, so I'll just do it. I mean, it does literally help every pair of boots that I have on, so I guess I'll take it. And, like, I hate how mercenary YouTube has kind of made me over the years, because I really do enjoy just playing with people, and I do enjoy playing, like, certain games more than others. But at the same time, you have to just be like, well, how do you do the calculation? Which game do you pick to play, and which game do you eventually let go? And also, like, who do you collab with? Is it everybody? Is it only certain people? So on and so forth. The other problem is ultimately, like, I'm running how many collab series? As it is, I mean, I guess it would fit semi-smoothly if I were to collab with, like, other Albion players. And that would actually be something that I'd look into, maybe, as, like, I progress with the series, if I do continue with past a certain point. But, like, if I grouped up with a couple of people and, you know, the commentary wasn't there, the audio quality wasn't there, or just, like, you know, it just kind of failed, I have to throw that recording away. And I just don't like doing that. There's nothing more reliable than me, as, I don't know, weird and limited as all of this sounds. It's impossible to explain without sounding kind of like a jerk. Somebody here is, like, super powerful. I don't know who it is, but, like, one of these guys actually does a ton of damage. I want to say it's, oh, yeah. I don't know what little, like, short bow thing Shimzu has. But his, like, short bow looks like it might actually be, fairly high damage. Could be wrong. I'm gonna get hit for this, aren't I? Okay, guess it didn't. Are we done? Did we kill them all? Yeah. Is that all of them? No, it's not. How do I sort based on stuff? Because it's not actually sorting. Well, can I just do show icons only? Cool. Because, yeah, we've got a whole bunch of new things here. For better or worse. Okay. Because some of these I should probably hide. I just don't know which. Well, I'll check it based on the learning point sections I get to, because yeah, if I can, I mean, I got a lot of learning points, and if I'm specifically just focused on the singular build, then it kind of doesn't matter too much to me. I'll leave gathering for, like, a much later date. Okay, digging haste. Haste is fun, if I remember to use it properly. I don't actually remember to use it properly most of the time. Kind of wish it had a shorter cooldown, but I guess that means you could actually use it a whole bunch during combat. Well, not... Well, yeah, during, like, one battle. Which ain't great. Okay, so I want to take a look at Shimizu, or whatever his name is. Inspect. What's this? No, he's just got a basic adept bow. He's just got Expert's Point Dagger. I don't know. Maybe this group just doesn't suck. That is actually, like, an entirely viable point to be made. That sometimes you just have groups that aren't terrible. I always get jealous of... I'm just kind of on the topic of, like, playing whatever I want. I'm actually at this kind of, like, odd crossroads where I should probably start thinking about, like, you know, ending some series fairly soon. Actually, we should probably be going for the Bone Crusher Berserk. Because he's going to die faster. Well, quote-unquote faster. I don't actually know if it's going to pan out that way. But so, usually when I start to get too many games on my list, I have to figure out, you know, which ones stay and which ones get cut. I never have, like, a good answer for these things. There we go. Okay, now we can focus on the Shield Maiden. But yeah, you know, as series get longer and longer, it's always like, well, should I shit. Shouldn't have done that. Well, luckily I've got tons of HP, so the healer does not have to focus on me for that one. But, like, what's a good example of a game that I kind of cut early-ish? I mean, there was, like, Yonder, the Cloudcatcher Chronicles. I mean, that game was kind of already on its way out. Started at the same time as this series, actually. But that was one of those where it's like, well, I could keep playing this. Or I could say, screw it, and actually, like, you know... Well, I missed. I could just say, screw it, rush for the ending, and call it close enough. Because that is, like, also something that I kind of need to do more often. Oh, hey, we're just above where we spawned in. If only these people could climb. I want to play an MMO like that. An MMO that, like, works off of kind of Breath of the Wild's movement system. I guess not in the same vein, but I'm really looking forward to, Ow. I'm really looking forward to Dragon Quest Builders 2 because, hey, what do you know, it's gonna have, like, gliding and shit, which, it's so cool. I don't know, I just want MMOs where, like, I truly have freedom of movement. I know Guild Wars 2 kind of gets there, because they've got, like, they've got gliders and stuff, which helps. And they're adding mounts now, which a lot of them are supposedly built so you can, like, go across water and up cliffs and stuff like that, which is cool. And something I definitely want to, like, kind of experience. Not to mention, I guess I've been starting to look into getting back into Guild Wars 2 with the new expansion pack coming up. But I think that game has always been maybe a little bit kinder to me, because it's less about a vertical climb upwards and more of a horizontal climb. Or a horizontal grind? I don't know. Horizontal upgrades feel really good to me. Vertical upgrades are kind of a pain. Because you always end up just grinding for that next tier up. I think this is why I also, like, really like Warframe. And I'm just going to talk about, like, other MMOs and compare and contrast, I think. But, like, Warframe, I've always really enjoyed because, yeah, there's always, like, new gear to get, but it always feels, for the most part, like, as long as you have the mods for it, you're always viable. Which is something I guess I kind of really appreciate.